We have advanced to the second quarter. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Matt Steinmetz with you at Oracle Arena.
The Warriors were giving up 37 points to the Wizards. It's not the Wizards' season high for the first quarter. They did get 41 day after Christmas against Charlotte, but 37 is an enormous number.
And Songaila rattling that out. Petrus and Baron Davis with Monte Ellis, Al Harrington, Andres Biedrins to begin the second. Nick Young and Darius Songaila, Roger Mason, Andre Bloch, and Deshaun Stevenson for Washington. And the ball knocked out of bounds, remain Warrior basketball.
That 59% shooting in that first quarter.
Wizards built a 19-point lead and an all too familiar uphill trek for the Warriors. Baron passed up a three there. Good thing he did. The beautiful delivery to Biedrins, the field goal, the foul, and an opportunity for a three-point play.
But how about the timing on that? Because Andres Biedrins stayed out of the lane to give Baron a lot of room to drive if he wanted. And then he saw that he was not going to be able to drive because Songaila came over from the weak side. That's when he made his cut. And when Songaila went out to defend Baron and double team, that left it open along the left side of the lane.
Biedrins missing the free throw. Talk about the Warriors trying to pressure the guards. Nick Young is not a point guard. Neither is Deshaun Stevenson. Roger Mason having to fill in with Antonio Daniels and Arenas both out. Reach and foul by Biedrins as Songaila began the drive.
Well, you take a look, Bob, at the end of the quarter, and let's watch the clock up here. That ball is being passed with 1.3 seconds to go, and Harrington could have launched, should have launched. Nobody should have put it on the floor.
Monte with a steal. Monte in a foot race, and he draws the foul. And the quickness of Monte Ellis fully on display on the out-of-bounds play. At halftime, we're going to talk about the fastest players in the NBA, and Monte is more than in the conversation. He's been white hot. And yet, the way the Warriors are playing early on, it's just scary. It'll be the turnovers and the free throwing. And Ellis misses them both.
Well, they played great at New Orleans, January 30th. Then they had that blowout against Charlotte. And then the time off seemed to kind of lull them into a little lethargy.
Thrown away by Haywood. We've seen the Wizards continue to launch as Mason misses there. Harrington will shoot that. And there's Monte on the offensive rebound. Well, Monte Ellis, he and Jackson, the two lone bright spots offensively. And from down 19, the Warriors have clawed to within 11.
And Monte Ellis, for his size, may be the best rebounding guard in the league for his size.
Stevenson to work on Baron, and the screen roll. Stevenson gets Al on the switch and puts the jumper right in his face. Deshaun Stevenson hits the three. Harrington in on the shot blocker. Nice reverse and move with the left hand. The drop step and the layup.
He's got a live body tonight. Nice to see him finish inside. That's the second one he's finished inside. And that will only propel him to work on the perimeter.
So Al's got 7 off the bench.
The Warriors have to start defending on the perimeter with Mason and Stevenson. And they're not doing it. Pick and roll there. Nobody came over to help.
Roger Mason with 15. Petrus out of the corner, and he drops in the three.
That's what Nelson wants him to do. Catch and shoot the ball. And quit thinking about other things. They're only down 11, and no big deal here.
Stevenson and Mason have been heating up, and Deshaun Stevenson with 10, Mason with 15, Jamison with 10.
This is what players who come off the bench that are relegated to starting, and I say relegated because they relish that moment. Starting, of course, Stevenson's been starting. He's going to get a little selfish here. but you get an opportunity and you take advantage of it. That's what Mason has done. And Stevens was getting more shots because of Gilbert Arenas being absent.
The Wizards shooting 57%. They're 6 of 10 on threes. And they have the 14-point lead. Monta Ellis, the leaping ability and the ability to offensive rebound. Getting out to the game with your dad, always a lot of fun, but not having so much fun at Oracle with the Wizards leading by 14. And Matt Steinmetz, the defensive game plan has gone astray.
Yeah, I want to talk about something and follow up on what you guys said. The plan tonight of starting Matt Barnes was to help out in the backcourt, pressuring the Washington Wizards guards, because if you look at their roster, they don't have a point guard on the roster right now. Gilbert Arenas is hurt, Antonio Daniels is hurt. So the plan was to start Barnes and have him linger in the backcourt after the Warriors scored to pressure their so-called point guards in Roger Mason and Stevenson, but that's kind of gone by the wayside because the Warriors haven't scored much early in the game.
Yeah, it's hard to pressure the ball after a score if you're not getting field goals.
Exactly.
And then, like I say, when Barron picked up the 2 fouls, he's going to be a little more tentative.
Monte, that's deflected by Jamison. Petrus dropping it back to Ellis down the lane, putting it up, and an offensive foul.
And to amplify what was said by Matt Steinmetz, in the first 6 minutes of the game, the Warriors only had 4 field goals. Yeah, that's a tough call right there. A little man going into the big. He's outside the restricted area. And sometimes those calls just go unblown.
Yeah, that's a great catch by Jamison. A better block by Biedrins.
And he got pushed. That's a good call by Jack Neese. Harrington with those arms again. And this was a distinct push in the small of the back. Fighting for the rebounds underneath. Biedrins pushed a little bit off of the play. They didn't see that. Jamison came back with it. You're missing the foul there, but Harrington pushed him with the right hand, just in the small of the back.
We talked about Bloch and Haywood and Jamison all double-digit in rebounds against Phoenix. And so the second chance points, 20 last night. They're not needing a lot of second chances tonight because the Wizards are shooting 55%.
And when the Warriors, by the way, Bob, turned the ball over 9 times in the first quarter, that's one of the reasons that they allowed that many points, because Washington had 13 points off turnovers in the first quarter alone.
Petrus losing the handle. And that's turnover number 11 for the Warriors.
That's almost like running downhill when you start and you can't stop and you're running too fast for your own good. You can't run as fast as your leg, and legs will go and the hill takes care of you. That's what happened with Petrus on that last drive. Remember as a kid when you did that, Bob? And you fall flat.
I think the Warriors feel like a bunch of kids that have fallen off their bike, because they better get on and start pedaling quickly, because everything about the feel of this game is all Washington.
I thought when the Warriors closed to 11 a minute ago, and there's still a lot of time, obviously, but they've got to right the ship.
Wizards 11 of 12 from the foul line, 6 of 10 on threes, 55% from the field, forcing 11 Warrior turnovers. Barron a lot of work as they cycle the ball around. And the 3 rattled home.
Well, Harrington knows what to do with it.
Inside out. Barron driving inside and cycling around the perimeter.
Al caught and shot just like he should have at the end of the first quarter on that one.
But Al now 4 of 8 shooting, has 10 off the bench.
He's got one of the quickest releases in the league. That's a nice little pass inside.
And that pick and roll was Stevenson and then Haywood finishing.
Well, maybe they're getting more passes without a traditional point guard in the lineup for Washington. Maybe they're getting more passes inside, and that's why the front people are scoring more.
They have 11 assists on their 17 made field goals. Harrington wheeling and trying to finish on the other side. And now Mason pushing.
He's not a driver. He likes to create a little space to get a shot.
And the Warriors run it back on the Wizards. Baron Davis still yet to make a field goal, and right on cue, he drops in the 3.